Hello everyone, welcome to the last part of the developer commentary. So, we're gonna do the skeletons and then Lucy, and then we're going to... that'll be the end of it actually. So, hopefully you'll like it, and let's continue. So, we just finished the part with FX where FX attacked us, and now we are going to go meet the skeletons. So, hold on. Okay, so we get to this room. This room was... I think it's really pretty, but I was having very weird issues with, like, you'd stand here and then the game would push you to the wall. It was a... There's a door somewhere opening and closing there. But I was having very weird issues with that, and I was able to fix it. That's just, it's distracting me. What is it doing? Oh well. So, very weird issues with that, but I ended up fixing it. I like this room, it's very peaceful. If you'll notice, every single boss fight, or every single fight, has a break room after that, and that's very intentional. That is because I wanted the game to, like, I wanted the pacing to be right, so then there'd be a crazy moment, and then I wanted a peaceful moment, which is what this is. And you'll notice the game, completely silent again, there's no music. And so you just gotta chill out here, nothing too crazy, kind of a filler room, which that's its purpose. And then we get over to here. Boom. So here is the first time we really get to see the red source's anger towards another creature. And we can see that the red source does not like Lucy. And then we got these cool volumetric fog things. They're pretty cool. They're just like spotlights. And then we get to choose a path. So the path leads to the exact same spot. If we fly out of the map, it leads to the same spot. But I wanted to just have more trippy effects. So if you go here, then it's some cool decorations, and then you get this newspaper, and then this side's blocked off. And then if you go over here, you get more effects, a different newspaper, but they're very similar, and then this side's blocked off. And pretty much how it does it is there's a wall right here that just gets enabled. Oh gosh. It just gets enabled and disabled right here. It changes and stuff. It's kind of cool. And then we get to the grand, this big hallway. I really like this hallway. Hold on again. Back. Okay, so this hallway is the one false exit of the game. It only does this once. But, so then the newspapers here reflect, what's happening in the game, which I'm super proud of. So, we have, it's talking about how Skyworks was destroyed in court, and that Rotnik is winning. And as you're doing this, you're presented with this hallway that supposedly says that you're gonna win. It's time to go home. You're like, okay. I'll go this way. And then this newspaper, 500 Skyworks employees leave. Dang, Rotnik is really popping off. Skyworks is, losing all of their grip. And right as you have all of this false hope in the story and in real life, then you fall through the floor, and then you fall down this very massive hole, and then you hit the ground, and very massive hole, and it's very big, and there's some theater lights here, and then it's just oopsies, and I think it's so funny. The red source, I love the red source. And then you walk down here, it's kind of spooky, and then we get this newspaper, gone, and it talks about how Rotnik is just gone. All of the things they had, all of their great accomplishments, just gone. Their building is completely gone. It mentions here how the building is gone, completely vanished. Authorities baffled. Then they went to go question the CEO of Skyworks, and he was just not there. He left town, and everyone's like, what in the world? Because, how does a giant building just gone, right? And that's why no one has really found this place, is because it's just gone. And so that's kind of a cool thing. So then we're going through these caves, and this poster, this newspaper thing, talks about dead bodies. No bodies have been found yet. And as you're going through here, through these really dark caves, which represents the dark times, then you're going through these really dark purpley caves, and boom, you meet the first skeleton. So the first skeleton here, completely static. He does not move at all. He just stares at you, and it's ooh, hi. And so some players walk up and they're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna chase me. And then, nope, nothing happens, just a skeleton. You walk through here, and there's another one. This one looks a little bit more agitated. And you're like, oh, okay. So then by this point, you're like, you walk past this one successfully, and you're learning subconsciously, like, oh, skeletons do not attack me. And so then you walk through here, and then you're presented with a third skeleton. And you're like, okay, maybe third one's the charm, right? So then you like walk around here, walk right past it, and no, nothing happens. So you can go and over, you're like, oh, look, there's a button over there I need to press. Okay, well, maybe I could fit underneath this door. And so what the game has done up to this point is establish that skeletons do not hurt you, and that skeletons are frozen. You've walked past 3 of them, and they have not hurt you. And this one right here, you've already walked past, so why not walk past it again, you know? And then there's a button right here, and you're like, oh, well, let me go press that button. And then it gets you. And this jump scare is so effective. Like, I kid you not, so effective. I have not seen a gameplay where someone has not been scared by that one. I'm so proud of that one. So then, this one, it teaches you how to use the crusher before the skeleton actually reaches it. And that was very intentional. So the skeleton is slow enough where you see the button in time and then you learn how to use it. Right. Kind of cool. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So, another gameplay thing where it teaches you how to use a mechanic and then you immediately use it, right? And then these yellow lines on the ground indicate that there's a crusher, and that comes in later on in the scene. So you run back over here, and then another trick I did, if you remember correctly, like rewind the video or whatever, this is where the skeleton used to be. The skeleton was right here. This lamppost was way over there. It was not right where we are right now. And what happens is, originally, the lamppost didn't move, but the problem was people would kill the skeleton, and then my beta testers would get stuck at this door being like, what do I do? And so I just moved this lamppost right into view so you could see, oh yeah, that button I wanted to go press. So you run back through there, you walk over this squished skeleton, and you go and finally press that button. And boom, just like that, easy. As soon as you're walking through here, and you walk through here, and it immediately slams on you so that you can't go back. And then we get into here. So this is the shallow graves room. It's kind of a pretty room. It has no floor up here, but it has some cool decorations and stuff. Nothing too crazy. This is just the skeleton, like, boss fight room, but it's not very good. But originally, this room was completely different. Originally, this was a circular room, and you were walking through the middle of it when the power would go out. And then the power would go back on, and then there'd be a ton of skeletons all surrounding you. And I liked this, but the problem was the skeletons wouldn't work consistently. So they would often, like, one would get there way too early, and it's just, like, standing in front of you for no reason, right? Because if, Lucy interrupts them. So, it was very awkward, so then I changed it to be a little bit more controlled. So we got this nice little thing, some big shallow graves, and if we go under the ground here, you can see it says shallow graves. And they're just pretty much boxes, nothing too crazy. And the skeletons are all generated real time. So you walk through here, power goes out, and then the cutscene starts. So it prevents you from going into this room because, obviously. And then you can see here, the ground starts to go wiggle woggle. It gets kind of cool. And there's no skeletons currently at the moment, but it starts doing that, and then people are like, ooh, what's happening? And then, as you'll see when the power comes back on, there we go. It explodes out, and then the skeletons come out. That's what it looks like. Like fully animated and stuff. And you can see that it's spawning. And I think they're gonna go this way, no matter however way I put it. They're like, what? And then notice the yellow stripes. And then they get squished. So that's kind of a cool scene. And so Lucy saves you. There was no way you could get out of that. A lot of people try to like run back. You can't. But if we went back, the room is just kind of static. Nothing crazy is happening, and most of it is unloaded. You can see there's the triangles from earlier that control the jump scares, or not the jump scares, the lighting. They're in every one. And then we go over here, so we walk through here, and then the red source is like, "Aw, did someone have to save you?" Like, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, "Hello, murderer," even though you literally didn't do anything. And it's like, well, I called the elevator for you, and it's like, wow, that's great. So, we got the elevator versus the stairs. If you go up the stairs, they're just blocked off currently. That's gonna change. There's actually an exit sign back here, and I think it works. Oh, it doesn't, it's locked. But, this stairway is gonna have a really cool effect in 2.0. I don't want to spoil it, but it's gonna be a lot better. So then you get on the elevator, and I'm gonna actually show you the elevator room if I could see it. What is happening? Here we go. So there's the elevator room, and then it just goes up. Oh, wait, actually, let's get on it first. Get in the elevator, and then it actually parents you to the elevator itself, so it's a little bit tricky to move. But you'll see if we fly out of the map, we are being moved with the elevator. So here's like an outsider perspective. So you can see it goes up here. And I need to add more visual indications that you're actually going up. But I'm going to freeze the game right here. Actually, I can't, because then you can see that here's the hallway that it like flashes at. We lose our flashlight. And then it has some cool effects. And it's pretty simple. Then there's some fire on the bottom. And then the power goes out.
Manual override complete. Elevator stop.
Here we go. Then it switches scenes to the elevator chase scene. So here we are. And this one is very similar to the last one. Here's the elevator in its entirety. And you can see we're following with the elevator. And the reason behind, the trick behind here, let me turn it off. It'd be cool if there's a way to like turn off lighting. I don't think Unity has that though. But if I decrease the quality and stuff, here's the elevator. So the elevator itself is not actually moving. You can see a rock gets thrown in and it breaks a little bit right there. The elevator does not move at all. It's simply the walls that are moving around and then the part of the You can see then the ceiling falls in. And then there's some cool lighting with some strobe lights. And then it falls and stuff, and then it like breaks right here. And this is all pre-animated, and then it's also a lot of virtual models. So then we're going to use the top of the layer, and it's all the way down, and then we're going to see the hook. And then if we exit the cutscene, you can see the hook just like, there's obviously no one at the end of the hook. But it picks us up, and then it's like, ooh. And it's supposed to be really obvious that someone's saving you, but I didn't do a very good job with it. But I'm going to do better in 2.0. It's going to be very obvious that someone's saving you. And you can see the elevator, then you kind of just pass out. And then it switches scenes again into a pre-rendered cutscene. And the reason I did that is so that, because this next cutscene has a lot of effects to it, and I didn't want to have to code the cartoonist being killed in Unity, so I just did it in Blender. So we get this kind of cool thing with Lucy, and she's talking, and we don't have any developer tools here because we're basically just watching a movie. So then she gets attacked, and this is something that I really want to clear up, a big misconception, right? This is not the cartoonist you killed in Act 1. Let me pause. Can I pause? There we go. This is not the same cartoonist you killed. If you notice, it's very subtle, and this is my fault. But this cartoonist is orange, right? The cartoonist we killed is blue. I need to make that more obvious, but this is a different cartoonist. And you can see when Lucy kills the cartoonist. So remember what happened when we killed the cartoonist. When we killed the cartoonist, it stayed around, and its soul lit up, and then it flew out of its body. When Lucy kills the cartoonist, it turns blue. And it fades away, like this.
I hate those things. They keep coming back.
And hear what she said there? I hate those things. They keep coming back. Right? When we killed the cartoonist, it did not come back. It was dead. It was like permanently dead. Just an interesting thing to note there.
I swear, it's the same
Hear her again? I swear it's the same one too.
one too.
And then, oh.
Hi. is, Lucy.
Yes! And then the end of Act 1. Woo! Okay. Yeah, that's Act 1 for you. So you meet Lucy at the end and she's like, hey, I'm gonna save you. And you're like, oh wow, thanks. So, yeah. I'm going to show you some other stuff. I'll show you the credits first. Hold on. Let me get I just updated the game today, so I'm gonna get some the newer updated credits because they're a little bit better. But here we go. I'll pause this. I'll be right back. All right, here we are in the updated version of the game, and here are the credits. So, for the credits, I wanted them to be memorable. So, if you've ever watched one of my animations, I never had credits because I made the game. I made the animations 100% by myself. So why would I thank myself? So I never had credits. But when I did have credits, I always wanted them to be very a part of the story, right? So for Venge, I wanted the same thing. So originally in Glitch, the credits were just a flat background, boring, right? They were coolly animated and stuff and flew around the screen. It was kind of cool, but very boring, right? So for this one, rather than, because most games credits are just forgettable, they're just a flat plane of text and you just watch it. For this one, I wanted the credits to recap the entire thing. So we start out in the Act 1 house here, and you can see everything's all blurred and stuff except for the text. That was so cool to do, because the text is in the real game too. And then we go through here, and then the door opens, and then we're in Act 1 here. And we got the lovely cast. We have Legend Ragon for the Pinter. The Laserette is Fate Turnip. Help C is a secret. No one knows who voiced the Help C but me. Ethics is Knockers. And then Lucy is Clearwater, the iconic Clearwater. I actually voiced the cartoonist. The cartoonist itself, yeah. I recorded all the screams and stuff. It was great. So we have the Act 1 entrance here. It's iconic. And then we fly through, and we're flying around the corner like Creed's and then we get into this room. And then this part gets funny to me because I made this game completely by myself, right? I didn't have anyone. I did everything. The only thing I didn't do for this particular version of the game was music and sound, right? I did most of the sounds I did myself, but voices, when I could do the voice myself, I did. But for the most part, I also didn't do the music. Although in 2.0, I am making all of the music in Venge 2.0 Act 2 onward 100% my music. I made every single piece of music. And I'm really proud of that. But okay, so we got visuals by me, programming by me. I think it's funny how just it's all me. I don't know. So then we have here with the headspace, and if you notice, look at that. The cartoonist in the background there. And it's ooh. And then we go through here, and then we got the Pinter, and there's a cool camera angle. I like this one where you can see her face, and then you can see the room behind her. Audio, again, I did a lot of the audio. I also got it from freesound.org. Great place. Music. I mean, I don't even know if I have to credit Freesound because all of the sounds that I did not make, sounds of a car crashing, because I don't know about you, but I'm not about to go drive my car into a wall to get that good sound effect. So someone else did that. But I only use Creative Commons Zero sounds because I don't know, I like them. And I also upload my own Creative Commons Zero sounds, so because I gotta give back to the community, so I do that. And then music wise, I did a few pieces here for Venge, but I mostly just remixed stuff to make it fit better into the game. And I also used Epidemic Sound, which is a huge thing because they copyright their music, and I didn't realize until I released the game. Whole thing. But I'm going to fix that. And when 2.0 comes out, this music tab is just going to be me, which is going to be kind of cool. So then here we go. And then it goes whoosh. And then, oh, look, there's Chairman in the background. I don't know if you noticed. Okay, then boom. So, special things. A lot of people talk about this, and I really like it. So we got the lovely beta testers, the fans, Clearwater Ivory. Oh my gosh, Clearwater Ivory. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She is amazing. So, when I was working on Act 1, I was working on it for 2 to 3 years, and she is probably the only person, except for maybe one or two other people. But she was the most consistent person, and we would like talk about Venge all the time, and she'd beta test every single beta. And she would break the game so much, and I loved it because it would help fix a lot of essential bugs. Like there was this one bug where if you jumped on a potted plant in the Act 1 room, it would crash the game and you'd get sent to the title screen. Don't even know how that happens, but she found that somehow. She's amazing. And then, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to punch you. So then we have last but certainly not least, and then it reads your Steam name. And I love watching people's reactions to this because it's like seeing their name in the credits. Because I think, okay, hot take, all games should credit their players. All games should. I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, my game would not exist without you guys, like, literally. So why not thank the player? Like, you know, I wouldn't be making games if it weren't for people to play it. So, yeah. But last but not least, you, like the person playing my game, you get to be on the credit list because thank you so much. You know? And then if you're recording the game, it'll add this. Oh, and your awesome audience, thanks for recording. And I am recording right now, obviously. So it's kind of cool. And then we get taken to the beta testers. Also, that's that one room that we saw today. And then we go through the beta testers. And these are all the people who have submitted a bug through the bug icon on the title screen. If you click that, it hasn't been updated in a little bit because I haven't looked there for bugs. But if you did submit a bug there and it does get fixed, I will add your name to this list and it'll be in the list. It'll be in the list forever, you know, unless you want to remove it for some reason. But it reads through them all, and then we get to the to be continued. It's kind of cool. I like the credits. I think they're pretty cool. And so when Act 2 comes out, I'm going to change the entire credits, and they're going to go from Act 0 to Act 2, and it's going to, like, cover the entirety of the game. It'll be cool. Imagine when, like, Act X is done. Oh my gosh, the credits are going to be crazy. And so, yeah, that is Venge, the entirety of the game. We can go check out our path here. Let's see. If I go view path. Look at that. Pretty impressive. Like, we did a good job. Look at our path here. And then to be continued. Yeah. Pretty cool. So, I'm actually going to show you one more thing before I go. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for, the cutscene for Lucy's cutscene right here. So, let's see. Here it is. It's Act 1, actually. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So here is the cutscene, raw. Because I couldn't show it in game because it's pre-rendered. Oh gosh, what is happening here? I'm going to show you it in Blender. And I don't know what she's doing over here. But you can see when it loads. At the time, she's missing textures. Let me go fix that. Hold on. Here we go. So I fixed the majority of the textures. So you can see this is actually her really old model. You can tell by how big that skirt is. I'll show you the original version or the newer version of the model. But here's that. And then we got the orange cartoonist like I was talking about with green stuff in its mouth. And let's just play this out. So it starts out super blurry. Let me turn off the blur so that you can like fully see what's happening. How do I even do that? I haven't used Blender in so long. Here we go. Okay. You can't really see anything because there's supposed to be lighting right here. You can see her shadow here, and she's just animated off to the side here. Look at that fight! It's so funny to me. Oh gosh. So violent. And then it gets teleported and goes. You can see the effect going on there.
Those.
And she goes, oh.
Hi. My name is, Lucy.
And then while this goes on, she just stares. And yeah, so this set is kind of cool. This is the room. Oh, you can see here. Oh, wait, I completely forgot about this. I'll talk about this in a second. You can see here, through this cave, is the original glitch map. And that's because I wanted to show Lucy's house in the background, but I didn't want to, show it, right? Because I hadn't made it yet. So I was like, I'm just going to add this instead. And this is the glitch version of Lucy's house, the original version. And you can see it was very different. Look at how tiny it was. Like, this is going to be her entirety of the house. And it's tiny. And then the ski lift here, which, yeah. So that's the glitch version of the house. And then here is the glitch 2.0 version of Lucy's house. So this is what I thought it was going to look like. Where it was going to be like this. I liked this material with this wood and stuff. It's all painted, I think, by hand. But that's what I thought it was going to look like. So this cave right here was supposed to look like this. But I ended up not liking it, so I kept it with this sort of style. And that's how it looks right now. And yeah. It's kind of cool. And then, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to show you. Yep, that's all. So, hopefully you liked the video, and I will... Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Like, do you want to see, like, the mini games? Do you want me to talk about the behind-the-scenes stuff? Do you want me to, like... I don't know. Whatever you guys want. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I shall read off my Patreons again. Here we go. We have Joel, Meg YC, Sam Martello, Professional Chairman Simp, also Debug Item Cult Collector. I'm Snickerdoodle, The Blockimations, Cole Danlin, IA23K, Hello I'm Under the Water, Type Vader's Lair, and Minimations. Thank you guys all so much. I'm so glad you liked my game and you like these developer things. Hopefully it was worth it. So I'm gonna go. Bye!